what were you doing on third down in the red zone? You can't take a sack there, but good job. I love you. So,
when I talk to the coaches, they all in unison talk about your leadership capability.
Too short of arms, huh?
His
arms were
too
too
short, huh? Yeah, he's killing people. It's awesome.
He's
Get Gordon and get it done.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Garage Podcast. And it's football season. And I couldn't be more excited to have here in the Garage studio maybe Louisiana's most famous person right now, Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback of the LSU Tigers. Garrett, thank you for coming in on a busy Sunday afternoon. I know you have a lot going on, but thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
We visited before. We met at Mike Anderson's one time, had a little meal there, and it's been a while back. But wanted to have another opportunity to visit with you about life, about football, personal life. Some things have been happening for you there. Congratulations on that. We'll talk about that. But we are 6 days away.
Yep.
Right?
It's here.
We got Clemson this weekend.
It's here.
And I know you have a lot on your mind, so we're going to try to get through this quickly. But the purpose of this, as I was explaining to you, is you're such a interesting and authentic person. And most of the Tiger fans don't have the opportunity to see that. They just see the competitor on the field, and everybody respects the way you play. But this is a chance to take off the helmet, take off the mask, and let people know you a little bit. And that's what hopefully we're going to do. To my left, I have the professor, Jeff Watson, here from my law firm. To your right is my son, John Gordon, who had the opportunity to participate in the 2019 team. And it's kind of like, imagine like we're just watching football on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. We're just going to talk live football and have a good time. Sound good?
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
All right. So born and raised in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Right?
Yep. Lake Charles.
And then you traveled around a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Raised is a tough term. I mean,
Right.
I moved 12 times, 10 different states. So I moved all over the country, but Lake Charles is the only like constant place in my life. So that's home.
Yeah.
So.
And for those who don't know, you weren't an Army brat, but you were a football brat. You had to follow your dad, Doug, who hopefully will be able to chime in here. I know it's a big day for the Saints and they having roster cuts and all, but he might join us for a moment. But you were following your dad in his career. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we were moving around the country, him getting different coaching jobs and things like that. Longest I ever lived anywhere was 3 years. Actually, the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my entire life is Baton Rouge. So that's something that's pretty special to me. But I mean, we were always, we lived everywhere but the East Coast. We never went up there. But I mean, we lived Northwest. We were in Washington, Alabama, California. I mean, Michigan. Missouri. I mean, we were everywhere you could think of. So it was a fun childhood. I mean, the things I got to experience, being around his players and watching him coach on Saturdays and pulling up to his games in my game pants that I just finished playing a game and things like that. So very blessed and thankful to have that type of childhood.
Have you had opportunity to watch his film when he played in depth? Yeah,
I actually have. And he was a lot different than me. I mean, he's 6'4", he's a lefty. He's actually very similar to my younger brother, he's about 6'4", lefty. Right. They're kind of the same. I'm kind of the oddball. But we have a good laugh about who the real 13 is.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I want to ask. If you're gauging the talent and the ability in the Nussmeier family, just first give me pure athletic football ability. Who's number one, right?
Pure athletic ability.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give that to my younger brother. Okay. He's a specimen. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'3 and a half. He can move. He's a good basketball player too. Right. So that's the only reason I'll give it to him, even though he still can't beat me 1-on-1. So
I think LSU's recruiting him, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, good. Well, hopefully you can put in a good word for us.
Yep.
He looks all of 6'3". I've seen some film on it. He is.
Yeah, he's getting bigger by the day too, so he's not done. So
all right, so he's the most athletic. Who's number two in that athletic?
Well, now there's two different categories. Who the best quarterback is? That's me.
We're getting that's coming next.
Okay.
So.
All right, I just got to cover that.
All right. So first, the best quarterback overall product on the field is going to be you.
It's me. Yes, I'm the real one.
I would agree with that. Right. But I would love to be at a Sunday lunch, on a Sunday afternoon. Your dad's, got off week, and y'all are watching some football, and y'all are observing. Is your dad instructing and teaching, or how do y'all watch that?
I mean, it's kind of a mix of both. I mean, there will be things like if a quarterback does something stupid, he'll look at us and be like, "Don't you ever do that?" and explain why and things like that. But for the most part, I mean, we're kind of just watching ball. So.
And I got to meet your dad at one of the spring practices, and just in talk, I say, "Look, so are you after a game? You know, are you you're gonna cuddle him and coddle him and say, hey, son, hey, don't worry about that." He said, "Oh no,
no."
He's on you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I tell people all the time in high school. I came after a big win. We won by like 30 points. I mean, it was a blowout. And my mom comes up to me right away, gives me a big hug, says, "Great job." My dad comes up to me. The first thing he said was, "What were you doing on third down in the red zone? You can't take a sack there, but good job. I love you." So like that's how it was every week. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. So just breaking today, number 18,
Yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tell us, Tiger Nation, what that means to you.
It means everything. I mean, to have that honor, to be able to wear 18 at LSU, it's a huge honor. Something that I hope to back up. It started with Matt Mock, who was the quarterback, and national championship winning quarterback, and my goal is just to do everything I can to make that happen again. And so, big honor. I've seen guys, and I've been here a while. I'm getting kind of old, so this is my 5th year at LSU. But guys like Damone Clark and B.J. Ojolari and Josh Williams and all those guys. So I've seen some pretty good ones. So I'll try to live up to it.
Right. Well, we were at the scrimmage last night, and you didn't play. But what impressed me is I was watching you between series and team coming together. You were first in there, even though you weren't playing, bringing the team together, inspiring them, coaching them up. So that's good stuff.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
And I think that may be, besides your ability to stretch plays and make things interesting, your best asset is when I talk to the coaches, they all in unison talk about your leadership capability.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
So we're excited about that.
Yes,
all right, we're going to jump around, Professor. If I'm missing things, please let me know. I'm trying to hit highlights. So 18 was a big one. And did you get down on a knee, or how did that happen? I want to hear. You're a Southern boy.
I did.
Okay, good for you.
I did get down on a knee.
So
yes, absolutely.
All right. Did you ask the dad?
I did ask the dad. Yes.
Good for you. How was that?
It was good. It was good. It was a really good conversation. It was cool. I've been with Ella since. I guess it was my junior year of high school, and obviously we had our struggles a little bit in the beginning of college, as everyone does.
Right.
But we grew through them, and so it was really cool.
Yeah. Well, you remind me of my situation. I started dating John Gordon's mother, actually in 5th and 6th grade.
Oh wow!
And then we got back together when she was a junior and I was a senior. And I tell people I would have never been able to get her later had she understood what other guys are really about, because I kind of snuck in there early before she really understood what the world was about.
No
Maybe
doubt.
That's the same with you. We
No
trick
doubt.
them early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So tell us about how you proposed. Where were you? What'd you say?
We were in Oklahoma, Grand Lake, Oklahoma. Her family has a place down there. It's where they spend a lot of their summers, and so me and my family were able to sneak out there, and she had no idea, and she thought she was going to do some 4th of July fireworks and things like that. So we had a good plan. Her mom helped me a lot and setting everything up. So she had a really nice setup out there for me. She made my life easy. But it was definitely nerve-wracking, I'll say.
Yeah.
I can't even remember exactly what I said. I just remember asking her to marry me. So I guess that was the most important part of it anyway. So, but it was really cool.
Did she hesitate?
She didn't, thank God.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you got to think about it,
No,
right?
no doubt. Yeah. No, it was nerve-wracking for sure.
Well, I was about to ask, more nerve-wracking that or a big play 4th quarter?
Nah, getting on a knee for sure. For sure. Yeah, it was tough.
Pure adrenaline.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
so good.
Yep.
That is so
Absolutely.
good. Wedding date planned yet?
No, not yet. We're probably going to take some time just because my life's going to get real crazy here in the next, 12, 18 months.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait till we kind of get settled down and know where we're going to live next year, things like that. So who knows where we'll be.
Destination wedding? Has she have any ideas?
We're probably going to do it in Texas. It's probably going to be a Texas wedding. And we'll figure out all the details, but probably Texas. So.
All right. Well, congratulations. 2 great things just happening back to back for you. The number 18 and engagement. That's just great things for you in your life. And
I appreciate it.
Other things we need to talk about. I mean, coming in this season, I didn't realize this fact, but I saw it the other day. Tommy Hodson's the all-time leading passer. I knew that. It was 9,000 something yards. And Moscona was talking about it. You're in striking distance. I didn't realize it was that close. But, I mean, you just have an average season, and you probably break that record. What does that mean to you that with all the great quarterbacks that have gone through here, you could easily be that guy, all-time leading passer at LSU?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know it's there. I'd lie. I'd be lying if I say that I didn't know that was the case. But I try not to acknowledge it, It's kind of like personal goals and things like that. You focus on the team goals and let the rest take care of itself. So I try not to look into it too much. I'm just right now focused on beating Clemson and then obviously, doing the best I can to help us win games.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of Clemson, it's like everything. When you get closer to something, you start looking into it more, researching. I studied their roster the other day, and I'm like, why do we schedule these guys again for the first game? I mean, they got the All-American D lineman. I'm thinking about you. You got to deal with that guy. You got two guys on offense. I mean, they've got some talent.
Yeah, they got some good players. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, so. I think Dabo started finally paying players in the NIL world because they were awful for a while, right? Right, Professor?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. So I guess he's paying them now, right?
Yeah, got weird times.
Yeah.
Weird times.
Well, so what do you think about this NIL situation? You're here because of our partnership, and I do want to thank you for being willing to partner and support my company. I do appreciate it. But what's your takeaway on it, and what is the locker room takeaway on NIL?
Yeah, I think for one, I think it's a very positive thing. I think that people have a mixed perception about it. People think that we go into the locker room and talk about how much money we're making or that we're flexing on our teammates and things like that. And that's just not the reality. And maybe it is at other places, but I know for sure it's not at our place. Yeah. And so if anything, it's more of teammates, like if I did a deal, teammates come up to me and just make jokes about it, things like that, And so I can remember when Miles Brennan did a deal with walk-ons, kind of whenever.
Oh, that was that.
Yeah, when he did that little humpity dance or whatever. And Miles is gonna be mad at me for bringing this back up, but that was kind of one of the first moments. I mean, NIL was new, and it was kind of like, okay, this is a real thing, and teammates making jokes and telling them to do the dance. I mean, it was pretty funny. So,
yeah, well, you're not doing any humpity dance.
No,
we're just gonna chill and do this. Go over to court to table afterwards and. Have a good meal or something like that. So that's interesting to hear because it's, I've been involved with it for 5-6 years whenever it first started and watching the evolution of it and watching the impact throughout the locker room. I just didn't know. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad the team is focused. They're not talking about that. And speaking of, I think you I'd read or heard the camaraderie right now of the locker room, right? Mm-hmm. Going into this season, you're as upbeat about the closeness and camaraderie of the team. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on 5 teams since I've been at LSU. It's by far the closest team, that I've been a part of. Just, I think for one, because we brought in so many transfers, we tried so hard to make those guys feel comfortable and to spend time around each other to let those guys fit in and get a feel for how our locker room was. But throughout that process, what I started to realize was it was making us closer too. Just because we were spending so much time with each other, and so. It's definitely the closest team I've been a part of, and just from an aspect of defensive backs hanging out with quarterbacks and defensive backs hanging out with the left tackle. You know what I mean? It's just so much of a variety of relationships. I think that's been so good and so cool for our team.
Are y'all doing accountability groups, or did I see something about that?
Yeah, we've had they were originally called SWAT teams. Now they're called PAC teams, but it's something we've done since Coach Kelly's been here. So, yeah.
Okay, well, good. Was there serious interest of leaving after last season and going pro?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely did my due diligence on the situation. There was a lot of thoughts, and it's hard. When you have an opportunity of something that you've been dreaming about your whole life. I've always wanted to play in the NFL, and to have that opportunity right there, it's honestly tough to say no. And that at the worst, this is what could happen. I know what to expect, and so. I think for me, what brought me back was, as I've told people before, like I couldn't imagine anybody else being the guy that led LSU to a national championship. Mm-hmm. And so, when I came to LSU with the intention of being a national championship winning quarterback. Yeah. And so, having that opportunity to come back and do that, it was just something that I couldn't say no to. So
the evaluators from the pro perspective, right? The GMs and agents and all who were talking to you, what were they telling you? Where you might go? What were they telling you? These are your strengths, but if you want to go back,
Yeah.
work on this? Kind of give everybody what their analysis
I
of
mean,
you was.
it's hard to say where I would have gone. You never know. In that process, you go through the Senior Bowl, you go through interviews, and it's just so many different things could happen. So there's no true telling of where I
Right.
would have gone. And as far as coming back, I mean, there are definitely things that I need to work on, and I didn't need somebody to tell me that I needed to work on either. I mean, it was pretty evident, and as I've spoken about before, is taking care of the football and being smart in different situations that I need to improve on. And I think a lot of it will come from, as I've said before, having that full year last year to be able to study it. Like, it's been so good for me. Like, to be able to sit down this off season and watch me, not watch somebody else, to
Right.
try and learn, to see where I made mistakes, and to also have gone through those situations as well. It's something that's helped me so much going into this year.
Yeah. Are the coaches giving you more free reign out there? Are you going to be able to audible more, check into certain formations and things like that?
Well, actually, in our offense, it's always like that.
Always like that.
Coach Sloan is very free with the quarterback, and
Yeah.
in a good way. It's something that, as a quarterback, you like. You have. Obviously, it's a responsibility as well. Though.
Right.
You have to make the right check. If
Right.
you're going to check some, you better be right, or else it's not good. And, we've been there before. But it's a freedom, but it's also a responsibility. So it's something that I enjoy, and I wouldn't say it's changed much. It's been about the same. So
Yeah.
I think a quarterback in that free flow to state is like, you're on the field, it's the best person to call sometimes the next. You can see
Right.
things that not everyone else can see all the time.
Yeah, and Coach does a good job of, we'll have things with packages, and he'll call a play and tag the play with something that, I'm looking for the certain look that, hey, if this isn't good, the play he called isn't good, now he tells me which play to go to, So Coach is still handling that, but it's about just preparing us for the looks. and things
Is
like
there
that.
one play that you will get signaled in where you're like, all right, I can go with this. I like that you're licking your shot. You get a little
Yeah,
excited.
there's a lot of plays, I'm not going to lie, and I'd say they probably all are passes.
Inside dive.
And quarterback power, probably. What? But yeah, no, definitely. There are some plays. I have my favorite plays for sure.
You got to give us one. What's your usually favorite scheme you see set up, especially like based on a look,
Yeah.
on a shell look, a 2-eye look? Or,
Well, I think my favorite play in our offense is Y cross. Well, it's typically called Y cross, not for us, but I won't share the name of what we call it. But
I'll do
it's
that.
your old-fashioned cross play, and it's actually the play I hit Aaron Anderson on 4th and 6 against Ole Miss.
Miss,
So
yeah.
that's one of my favorite plays. A play that I could run with my eyes closed. And something
is that a read for Aaron for if it's single or 2-eye?
No, it's just typical old-fashioned air raid cross. Nice. So it's I know where everybody's going to be. So
Does Coach Sloan in his scheme, in his play calling, does he do like a John Gruden long, the guy,
There's a couple.
the guy who imitates John Gruden, he's like X22 bang peanut butter on, all that.
There's a spider 2-eye banana.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Does he have a couple of those?
Oh yeah, there are a couple. I mean, there are a couple times I'm sitting there in the huddle and I'm like, all right, here we go, like double right, blah 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 blah. What? All right, double right, but I'm like, geez, dude. Like, he'll even sometimes laugh. Like in practice, if he knows it's a long play call, he'll start calling it, and like midway through, he's chuckling. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? Like,
Well, he's a great guy. Y'all have a good relationship?
absolutely, that's my guy. Yes, sir.
He really is. I think we had talked about the four of us playing golf. You, John Gordon, me, and Joe one time.
Yes, sir.
And we maybe after the season, and it's gonna be crazy for you all the time.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to get away for a weekend, Joe and I play some together. I'd love to get you out there and see what happens with that.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
So speaking of that, we're talking golf. When you're not, in football mode, right?
Yeah.
And in the season, it's all football mode. I get it. But season's over. What do you do? What do you unwind with? Where do you go?
Yeah, so I mean, I've always been big on hunting and fishing. That's kind of something that I enjoy doing. A lot of duck hunting, a lot of deer hunting. I just got into bow hunting last couple of years, so still waiting for my first buck kill with a bow. So things like that. But for me right now, it's football season and then it's golf season after that.
Okay.
So it's something that I enjoy a lot.
Well, the professor here, I think he broke the round last year, even though it works from his attorney, for the most rounds in University Club in a given year. So he'll play anytime, any place, and he's a good player.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard.
I think he's a golfer and does lawyering on the side.
That's what he
Yeah.
does. He's like, I talked to him this morning. I got a birdie putt right now. Leave me alone. I'm like, all right,
Does he
thanks.
have for a pair of Jordan shoes?
Oh yeah.
How many rounds could you get in? 55 rounds with a different pair of shoes?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot.
You think what's the over under if you had to guess?
25 or 30.
25, 30.
And we're talking just
Just
Jordan
shoes.
golf shoe. We're not talking
Wow.
about Air Jordans, which are 100 and something.
Yeah, I have those, but
Yeah.
yeah, Jordan golf.
Yeah.
Not very comfortable. That's
Hey,
why.
look good, feel good, play good is kind of the mindset. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
I did not play
funny.
good today. Though, so.
So,
Yeah,
Hunt,
what did you shoot? 79.
No, it was in the 80s. It was
gosh.
bad.
Okay. All right.
no, he's sandbagging
Yeah, that's
somebody
what I'm
on
saying.
that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
you'll
played
come
bad,
play.
shot a
Yeah, so-
74.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's 2
All right.
over.
So hunt and fish. That's what you like doing golf when you're not doing
Yes.
it. Another thing I meant to ask you. You have a sister.
I do. Yes, sir.
She dates a certain boy.
Yes, she does.
And that young man, Will Campbell, was a Get Gordon athlete, and we loved having him. We took him on an alligator hunt. I texted him the other day. Somebody online was analyzing his first game or two.
Yeah.
And he's destroying
Oh, yeah,
people.
I saw that video. Yeah, he was
And
killing
I
people.
tagged it and sent it to him. Said, "Man, they like you. Keep doing what you're doing."
Yeah.
he had
He's
too
just-
short of arms, huh? I thought
Yeah,
his
yeah,
arms were
Too
too
short, huh? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
killing people. It's awesome.
He's different.
Yeah, he is. He's a dog, man. I love
Yeah.
him to death. That's
You
my
had
guy.
to feel good knowing that left side
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just.
No, I told him. I mean, something happens. I'm like, my sister's not going to talk to you. You better be locked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is. Just to listen to him talk about the quarterback and what
Yeah.
it means to him. It's so personal to him. You don't really hear other linemen talk that way.
Yeah.
And am I wrong? I mean,
No,
he just,
you're right. Yeah, he's different. He's special. I mean,
Yeah.
I told him whenever he got drafted, I was like, they got a future Hall of Famer. I believe that. I mean, that dude is a dog.
And
So,
he's at a great place. He's gonna do great.
Are
there. I'm
you
excited.
on social media, like checking Instagram or TikTok or anything?
no, so I actually right before the season, like I just did
Yeah, he
last
did.
week, I deleted everything.
awesome.
Yeah, he
So-
doesn't do much.
No, I mean lock in. But it was
Yeah.
crazy because it reminded me of Will after that draft ceremony. He had he had some memorable quotes,
Yeah.
and he was flooded on not just Louisiana or
Yeah.
LSU people. It was
Yeah.
it was ever. I mean, he's a guy you want to get behind.
Yeah, he's a
and-
quote machine.
Yeah.
The stuff
Yeah,
he
is.
says,
Yeah, yeah,
His
he says some wild
one-liners are
things.
fantastic.
Yeah, they're so
Yeah.
good.
just a little
You work
different.
at Amazon.
Yeah, they-
you give him a sack of game. You work at Amazon. Yeah,
That's one
He
of the
comes
best.
up. Yeah, he comes up with that stuff.
yeah, he does. He's a good.
So
one.
they're pretty serious.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty serious. They're getting pretty
And
serious.
how do you
so.
feel about that?
I'm good with it. I mean,
Okay.
it's. I've always said it's better than some random dude that I don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? So, and I love Will to death. So it'd be cool. So
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Well, he's a good guy. I'd love to be at a Sunday lunch watching football. You know your brother, your dad, him, and everything, and watching that get going.
Yes,
and,
sir.
and he likes to duck hunt too. So maybe we.
He does.
I
Yep.
said on your off weekend, if you want to come down here and hunt alligators and shoot ducks, let me know. So we're talking about it.
Nice.
I don't know which weekend they have off. Do you know, Jeff? We need to find that out. Plan that.
Yeah, we were talking about it because the alligator hunt we're trying to
Yeah.
do that October.
Yeah, he liked that alligator hunt, man.
Yeah.
He
I bet.
was- he
There's a
was
few
so-
guys I'd be confident that could pull in some massive gators, and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
on the
He's
list.
definitely one of them.
He
Yeah.
was manhandling the 6 and 7 footers,
Oh, yeah.
just slinging them.
Oh yeah.
All right. So your dad coaching at the Saints.
Yep.
What is that to you?
It's been really cool. I mean, he played for the Saints,
Yep.
obviously, and so I mean, growing up, I've always been a Saints fan. He was mainly in college football my whole life,
Yeah.
so I was always whatever college he was at, and then the Saints. And so it's been really cool for our family. Just a very big full circle moment.
Right.
We're very blessed and very thankful. So it's really cool. Really cool.
So imagine this scenario, right? Some people
God, I
think
know where we're going.
some people think the
I know where
Saints
we're
aren't
going
going to
with
be
this.
that strong this year.
I know where
right?
we're going with this.
And some people think that you could be the number one draft pick. And so you have your dad in the draft room.
Yep.
Saints have the first pick. And then there's you, and you're sitting out there in the audience.
Yep.
So walk me through that. What would it be like?
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
That your dad is the OC
Yeah.
calling the plays,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there.
It's a weird topic. I mean, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's at the end of the day, I don't really have a choice. So
No.
it's like either I guess the question is more for him. Like, are you gonna pick me or what? What's gonna
Yeah.
what's gonna happen here? Huh?
Has that ever happened? Has there ever been an OC who drafts their son and then calls plays as a quarterback? I don't think
I
so.
can't think of
I'm
one.
not
I
sure.
don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool for sure.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That could happen.
There's been father-son coach with
Yeah.
Bill Belichick and his
Yeah.
son, but
Yeah, never. I don't think that deal. So that would be interesting.
It'd be awkward if he picked another quarterback.
Yeah.
Really,
Dad.
Dad?
Sundays
You know,
would not be good.
And all of a sudden, the number 2 didn't want a quarterback. They wanted a D line 3, 4, 5. And you dropped to 11.
Drop
You said,
out the
Dad,
first round.
you
The heck,
cost me
Dad."
$14 million. Thanks, bud. Right? Whatever. That'd be pretty funny.
Dad better be sweet talking.
Yes, he
better be
would.
sweet talking.
You did. You were on the cover of 225 magazine. So, what do you think about Baton Rouge?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, as I said before, Baton Rouge is the longest I've ever lived anywhere my whole life.
Yeah.
And so Baton Rouge means a lot to me. Obviously, not just LSU, but I told somebody the other day it's been weird driving around a town where I don't have to pull up a map on my phone. Like, I actually know the roads. I actually know where I'm going. So that's something that's never really happened before. So.
It sounds like
You heard us talking.
you may have heard that
God.
conversation. We're going to have to refresh that conversation. There he is.
Oh, God.
Can you hear us,
Guys, how
Doug?
we doing?
Oh, we literally just had a hypothet and had to ask the question. The question was this. We're sitting here some 8-9 months away, and the Saints didn't have as good a season as one would have hoped, and they have the first pick. And Garrett had an exceptional season, and he is projected to be the first pick in the draft. And you've got to make the call. Is it Garrett? Is it Cade? Is it some other guy? What happens in the draft room, and how do you handle that?
Well, first off, let's hope we win enough games where we're not picking first. All right, so let's start right from there.
Yes.
And then, as I've said before, I don't know that I want to coach my son because I'm probably looking at two things. You know, the first thing is I'm probably going to get a divorce because my wife is going to just be so upset with me by the way I coach him. And second of all, I'll probably go to jail for child abuse for being too hard on my son.
I doubt that.
No, I'm
but,
just kidding.
But we did talk about that when I met you at the spring practice, and I asked you if you're the type father who, gives him a hug and says, "Don't worry about that, son. It's all good. You're going to bounce back from this." You go, "Nope, that's not me." I'm going to give it to him real, and he just echoed that.
Obviously there's a fine line there, and you want to be a parent first. And I think that's most important. And then when it comes to football, let's talk football. Let's
Right.
talk honestly and let's, not sugarcoat what it is.
All right, so I'm going to, since you brought up the splitting of the role, the parent and the coach, I want you to tell everybody, Tiger Nation, as a parent, what your son Garrett is like, and then as a coach, if you're analyzing him and looking at his growth and where he is now, what is your opinion of him in that? So you got two opinions for us. Tell us.
Okay. Well, first off, obviously we're very proud of him and probably the thing that I'm most proud of for him being my son is that he's chosen his own path. And, it was his dream to go to LSU and play for the Tigers. And he worked extremely hard to achieve that. So very proud of that. Is he still like any other college kid where there's days where I'm like, what are you doing, man? Yes, we have those days. And so, I'm very proud of him, and, obviously excited about this season and what it has to bring.
Yeah, you should be proud of him. We were also talking before you joined, and he was ranking the athletic ability in the family between you, him, and his younger brother, and also the quarterback ability. And this was the rankings. Number one athlete was your youngest son. He was second. You were third. The best quarterback, he was first. We didn't get to who was second and third. So if we're finishing that out, who do you think is it your younger brother or is it your dad was the number two best quarterback in the family?
Well, here's what happens is the argument starts when, first off, when he claims that he's the OG 13, all right, and then my younger brother tries to claim that he's the real 13, and then that he says that I'm the bum 13. So that's where the argument really starts. So I guess you'd have to ask my dad that. I don't really know. I mean, I've seen the CBS tapes or whatever those old tapes are from when he was playing on the dinosaur age and all that. So he can move around a little bit. So I don't know. I'd have to give that. I don't really know who's between one and two. I guess my brother's got to prove a little bit more. So I'm going to give it to my dad as two. And then
there you go.
We'll give the youngin' three and we'll see what he ends up.
Yeah. So how would you assess the Nussmeier gentleman in terms of quarterback and ability?
Well, Gordon, I tell him all the time, okay? There's only one real 13 in the household. All right? I'm often imitated but never duplicated.
Oh, I could see that.
No, they're much better players than I ever thought of being. So very proud of both of them.
And that's what you want for your children, right? You want them to succeed past you in life, and it looks like Garrett's on his way. on the field, off the field. We learned about the engagement. I want to ask him real quick, and I ask him in front of you about his faith, because I saw a quote recently. I brought it back up on my phone so that everybody can see it. But to speak boldly about your faith and authentically about your faith doesn't happen every day. A lot of, obviously, athletes just kind of give lip service. But the way you said it when you said, I'm a son of Christ, right, was when people start invoking that name, Christ, like that, in that manner, it's deeper. Yeah. So, just briefly share what your faith means to you, how you live it out. I know you put the black cross on the eye. You can see that. So,
my faith is everything to me. I think, for one, my mom, my dad, we grew up in a faith. We grew up faith family football, right? That's how we grew up. And we moved around all over the country, and all we had was each other, and it was our faith family football. And so when I was younger, I always knew that God came first. I always understood that, but I don't know that my relationship with Him was really as good as I wanted it to be. And as I got to college, and I started to go through things, and I had to go through these different adversities. I had to decide to stay at LSU to do different things. After my freshman year, I thought that I was going to be 3 and out, and I thought that I was the best thing ever. And so I had to learn, to trust in God and trust in His timing. And so my faith has grown tremendously throughout the things that I've gone through in college, throughout the adversities that I've had to deal with. And so now I can say that I think that everybody has a special and different relationship with Christ, and He's going to find a way to get into your life one way or another. And everybody's path to get there is different. Right. And I think it's about embracing, where you feel closest to Him. Where do you feel God's presence? And so for me, the only reason that I am where I am today is because of God. It's because of the lessons I had to learn, and it's because of the things I had to go through. And so I will forever, any opportunity I have to speak about God and what faith has done for me, I will. So.
Yeah. Or read the word wink. You like that? God winks?
Yeah, God winks all the time. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was clever. I like that. It. So, Doug, that's got to warm your heart to hear your son profess values and faith like that openly. I know.
Yeah, I know. For him to have conviction in his faith, and I give my wife a lot of credit for bringing the kids up. Obviously, we're Catholic household, and to see Garrett carry his faith forward, and all the kids, it's admirable for us.
Yeah, and I know tough day over there in New Orleans. It's roster cut day, so I know it's not easy. Are you excited about the upcoming season?
Obviously, we are. This time of year is a tough time. A lot of guys have put a lot of hard work in to chase their dreams, and to make the NFL, and some guys make that goal, and some guys, they may not make it here, but they might make it somewhere else. So you hope for that, but obviously you have to make very tough decisions, and we're in our process right now of doing that, and looking forward to playing Arizona here a week from Sunday.
Right. Well, I hope you don't have to make a tough decision next year in drafting your son number 1, because as we were talking about, if you were to take someone else, if you have a bad season, he were to fall like 10, 11, 12 spots because other positions down, the next team that needs a quarterback's 12 and you cost them $15 million, you're going to have to make good on that if something like that were to happen.
Gordon, you put me on the spot. All different guys in places. First, we got the first pick. Now we fall back. I mean, you got this whole thing figured out. It sounds like to me.
Yeah, I don't expect that to happen. I'm looking forward to great things in New Orleans this year and the Saints, and watching your success down there leading the offense. So we do wish you all the success in the world down there coaching, and certainly wish your son all the best and all the success here at LSU this season. It's quite an interesting time in the Nussmeier household. I can't imagine both of y'all right now where y'all are. So best of luck to both of y'all, and thank both of y'all for coming in and joining us briefly in this podcast.
Sir.
Right. Thanks so much for having us.
Yes, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Appreciate you. It was fun.
All right. God bless. That's another episode of the Garage Podcast with Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett, best of luck this season. Go out there and have a great time.
Who dat? Go Tigers, and God bless.
Who dat? That's Who dat? Go Tigers and God bless.